'Tis Sunday, November 24th of the 2024. 24? 24. Okay. What do you know? So, yeah, there's been sleep. And apparently my upstairs neighbors are doing things. I don't know if you could hear the creaky creak as they walked. I don't know what this camera picks up and what it doesn't, but I mean, I assume you probably heard it, because the other day when they were out there dumping the trash, and I was like, I don't know if you can hear that. I rewatched it back for some reason, and you could hear the trash. You could hear it go boom, 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 and that's a lot closer than than the trash can. But so yeah, it's pretty much been sleeping away the rest of the weekend. Once I got home last night and did my question, I was awake at some point because I was watching ghost videos on YouTube. Trying to find something I could actually believe or not explain. I was kind of like, well, maybe there was only one clip that I've ever seen watching these hours and hours and hours of paranormal video that I've sat through. That's like I can't be explained away easily, or some kind of logical explanation, or somebody just faking shit, like pulling shit on strings and yada yada yada. I had that one clip, that bathroom door clip, and even that got taken away from me. Because the way that they explained something else, like having the camera on a pole or something. Like there's this guy, I think I've talked about this maybe even recently, about the guy who puts his camera on a pole and moves around with the camera on the pole, and then when he wants to fake something, he sets the camera down so that the camera is stationary and giving one static shot. And then he goes and does whatever he needs to do, and then goes back, picks up the camera, and continues to walk. So it looks like one continuous shot, even though it's not. So because of that explanation of those videos, I have to doubt my bathroom door clip, because I'm like, well, maybe that guy did the same thing. And it just looked like one pretty solid, movement. So it's disappointing. But I keep watching them, I'm not going to get pissed off by the end, and oh my god, they faked this so easy, and blah, 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 blah. I keep watching them, hoping maybe something. But maybe it's all real. I don't know. Maybe I'm actually seeing legit paranormal footage, and I'm just doubting it because people lie because they suck, Maybe. I don't know. But so I was awake at some point this morning doing that. Watching things, the new episode. Night Court came back, so I watched that, the new episode of that, and the new episode of Happy's Place, the Reba McEntire sitcom. I watched an episode of General Hospital, watched an episode of this week's episode of Hell's Kitchen, since I'm all caught up with all that stuff. Well, I'm not caught up with General Hospital. I'm 3 days behind. Well, 2 days behind now, but I also have tomorrow to watch that, so I guess. I mean, maybe not really. Something to watch after I get home from Parks and Rec, maybe. But at least since it's Thursday, since it's Thanksgiving, General Hospital probably won't be on Thursday or Friday, so I'll probably take a little break for the holiday. They usually do. So at least there'll only be 3 episodes this week, probably, maybe, I don't know. But yeah, just usual. I guess I should turn on my phone. I don't know which hour it is. They're still doing the wild thing on Pokemon Go this weekend, or on today, because I turned it on a while ago and it was the same, I think it was electric hour, so it might be poison hour now. But see if there's anything good out there, maybe, even though I'm on 10%. But yeah, so that's basically been what I've been doing, just the usual weekend stuff. sleeping and catching up on shows when I can, watching random stupid YouTube videos. I did watch another one. Of course, that was Friday, I think. Friday evening when I watched the one, once again, the not Fred videos where he's traveling around with his brother. It was some place that they were staying in Branson. So I was like, because I was wondering where it was, and I was like, oh. I looked it up, because I was like, that looks like a place that would be in Branson, and it was. So, oh, I got a big mammo swine. You see how his CP is like 3 little exclamation points. Safari balls are your best option for catching this mighty Pokemon. Hey, that would have been handy to have known fucking yesterday when I missed one, because I was like, oops. Why didn't they fucking tell me that yesterday? I missed one because I was like, what's this? And then I just tried to catch it normal and it ran. You get like 1 chance to catch them and then they run. But I got him. He's 31-22. Good for him. He might. Some of these have been the biggest one that I've been able to catch. So that's about that. I was clicking on stuff, running around here just to see if any of it's shiny. So far, no luck. No luck today. But I got quite a few around me, to be honest. That's what I figured I would check just to make sure none of them were shiny before I continued. And this is the riveting content that you come to my vlog for and my channel, is to watch me look at Pokemon Go off screen and just deal with it. Okay, none of them are shiny, so we'll just let that go for now. And now I'm at 9%. Cool. But anyway, yeah, it's just been the rest of the weekend, you know? So that's what this Thursday, well, Wednesday, technically Wednesday night into Thursday is going to be nice, because a regular job, I'll have that off Wednesday night because it'll be the night before Thanksgiving. We still have to go in Thanksgiving night, but whatever. And then, of course, Parks and Rec. I have Thursday and Friday off with Parks and Rec, so... but Mom's talking about coming and picking me up Friday and going and decorating for Christmas at her house. So, at least outside of her house. So, guess that's what I'm doing Friday. But at least Thursday, or Wednesday into Thursday, there'll be that nice little break where it's like, you know, don't have to just take off my pants and give up for the day, you know? Because I won't have to go to work that night, and then I won't have to go to work the next morning either. So it'll be a nice little stretch of time where it's kind of like, just relax. Be so nice. But anyway, let's look up the question for today, which is, would you travel to space given the opportunity? That's an odd, random question in the middle of the Thanksgiving celebration. Would I travel to space if given the opportunity? I mean, I do like to travel. I do like to have experiences. I don't know. I mean, yes, there would be a part of me that would like to do it, depending on how long, I guess, you'd be out there. But then it's like, I think of that, you know, in the last year, there was those rich people that decided to, you know, go down to see the Titanic, and that ended in tragedy. So I just kind of think it's kind of like, is it safe? Like, I would want to know, you know, like I would like to make it back from this journey, you know, to just be out in the stars, you know, because not a whole lot of people get to do that experience, you know. I mean, astronauts, yes, but not everybody's an astronaut, so they're the only ones getting to explore up there, you know, Starfleet, which doesn't exist yet, but maybe someday, who knows. But I mean, for the adventure, I mean, it wouldn't be there's not going to be a gift shop. I'm not going to be able to buy a magnet for for my fridge to bring back. But it's like, just to say, like, oh yeah, I was out there, you know. Like I think it would be a cool experience, you know. Be in the weightlessness, having to pee in a bag. Don't they have to pee in a bag or something? I think they eat their food from a bag, so why not pee in one? I think that's echo. You know, like that's thinking of the planet. You know, there's less trash, less waste. You eat from the bag and then you pee in it, like dual use. You know, I would think. Um, so yeah. As long as I guess it was safe. You know, I mean, I guess anything can happen, even on like those things like yeah, I mean, I guess tragedy can happen anywhere, but as long as it was like you know tried and tested, I guess, and like um, other people had been there, maybe uh, and the maiden voyage, maybe like I mean, we haven't had any. I mean, have we had any like cruise ships sink? Any? Because I've been thinking about doing cruises. It was like we haven't had another Titanic. I mean, we've had them break down in the middle of the ocean before, and then like, you know, uh, people are stuck on there, with the piss and the shit and like the gross, like it's not a good time, but at least I mean you're not sinking, I guess. Your boat didn't sink. I don't have we had any cruise ships sink anytime recently? But I mean, shit does still happen, literally, I suppose, in certain cases. So it's like even a mode of travel that has been tried and tested, shit can happen. But at least I mean the maiden voyage, we're not gonna have a Titanic situation. We're not gonna, and then the people were going down to see the Titanic, when that shit happened to them. So maybe just leave the Titanic out of it completely, and you'll be okay. There's no Titanic in the space, so maybe as long as Titanic must be cursed, I guess. I don't know. Like, leave the Titanic out of it. Maybe you'll be fine. I guess. I don't know. Um, but anyway, so I would be tempted at least, and I would you know say I've been there and back. Say I've been there and back. you know. I don't know, because I was trying to think. I was like, what would you even do in space unless it became like Starfleet or something, or some of these other sci-fi movies where it's like, well, there's a mall in space, or I read a book a long time ago when I was a teenager back in the '90s that it was some kind of like the World's Fair was being had at this space station up in space, and of course the book was like it was being the book took place in a year that has already passed, so like people many years ago, like they had such like bright hopes for the future. It's kind of like, oh, we're gonna have. I don't think I finished the book. I think it was boring. I don't think I don't even know what the book was supposed to be about. I don't know. But yeah, the book took place in a year that we've already been through, and the World's Fair was not up in space at all. But I mean, maybe if they put like a resort up there or something to go do, maybe like a mall, something. I don't know. Space mall maybe would be cool, I guess. Space theme park maybe. I don't know, but I don't know. So yeah, I mean, I was kind of thinking, it's like, what would you even do up there other than, I mean, you can look out at the stars and you're like, oh yeah, I'm in the stars, but then like, I mean, wouldn't that get boring after like half an hour or something? You're like, okay, let's go home. Kind of like when Sean, Jen, and I were in Chicago for 4th of July, and we were in our Airbnb, and and when the, people were like setting fireworks off all over Chicago, and it was really neat for about 20, 30 minutes, and then it's kind of like, okay, well, we've seen this, and we're kind of over it. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, it was neat. It was definitely a neat show, but it continued long past our level of interest, I guess. But it was cool. It was cool to experience for a little while. And that's kind of how I feel about maybe going to space would be. It'd be cool for a little while. And then it's like, what would you do? It's kind of how I feel about the cruise, too. It's like, well, I mean, you would be getting off at different locations, but then you'd have like sea days where you'd be stuck on the ship. And it's like, I know they have game shows and, theater and different things, like art auctions. Don't they have like art auctions and different stuff? Some of them have like game rooms. You can go do a puzzle or read a book in a library or something, but it's like you can do the wave rider thing or go down the slide and hang out by the pool. And it's kind of like, I don't know. Like, it's kind of like, what would you do on a sea day? Go eat, go drink, I guess. Just kind of hang around, do whatever, I guess. I mean, I can do that at home for free, so it's like, And then it's like, on the ship, you would have to put on pants to leave your room. It's not like you could stay in your pajamas all day and go to do all this different stuff. I mean, maybe, I don't know. I know some of them have dress codes, whatever. Like, you can't go to dinner in your pajamas. It's like, I mean, even at the buffet, I think they have some kind of standards, so it's kind of like you have to put on pants to leave your room to go do all these things that I could do at home for free in my pajamas, I don't know. But anyway, so I do like adventure. It would be tempting as long as I knew there was a fairly good chance I would make it back okay, I guess. And then it's kind of like, maybe just for an afternoon, like if we can get it to where you just go to space, be like, oh wow, this is cool. Kind of like, taking a boat around like Niagara Falls or something. Like you take the boat, you go around the stars, and it's like you come home, like all in one day or something. Or maybe I don't even know if you want to do an overnight. What would you do? I don't know. Maybe it's a cruise in space, like Planet Flossom or whatever it was, from The Fifth Element, like. This is a paradise, out there. Something like that, maybe. There was gambling there, so maybe that would be a space casino. Yeah, there we go. I don't know. I don't know. So yes, there would be at least a part of me that would be tempted to do it if I knew it was safe, I guess. But I guess, there again, you never know what's safe, so live it up, I suppose. But anyway, there's that. Here's your question for today, Wop Wop. And Judge Wapner, what was the court show he used to be? People's Court? Was Judge Wapner People's Court? I don't know. Gotta unlock it. Okay, Google. What show was Judge Wapner on? The People's Court, from 1981 to 1993. Oh, okay. That's what it was. So I've answered a mystery for you, and I'm blinking because I ran out of battery power again. But I guess when you're filming once a day, it happens. So, whatever. But anyway, that's that, and enjoy the rest of your weekend, whatever is left of it, the rest of the day, a few hours, whatever, and I'll see you for what I see you.